I'm Joe Agustinelli, Social Media Manager at Greenway Health, and this is another episode of our podcast, Putting Possibility into Practice. And on this episode, I am joined by Brian Eckelberger, who is a Manager of Implementations and Training here at Greenway Health. And we are talking about a new program for energy users at Greenway Health here, and that is the Greenway Certified program. We had a recent blog entry on our website and some promotion across our social media networks, but we brought Brian in to talk more about the program, how customers can sign up, and what they will learn throughout this program. So I thank Brian for taking time out of his always busy day to join us on the podcast. And Brian, how about a little background information about yourself, how long you've been here at Greenway, and what exactly you do?
Sure, thank you, Joe. So I've been with Greenway for 15 years. I started out in support, worked my way up into professional services, became a field trainer, then joined the talent development team here at Greenway and helped onboard new employees and teach them all about our products and industry and things like that. And then the opportunity came up to go back to professional services, and I jumped at it and went back, and now I'm managing the implementations and training team here in the office.
And when we talk about Greenway Certified, well, I mentioned it's a brand new program for our customers. And tell us a little bit about this program and how a customer would be able to benefit from going through the program.
So Greenway Certified is a program that is for experienced users on our products. It takes you on a really deep dive into the product, and one of the benefits of coming to the certified program is that you get trained by a seasoned trainer. One of our field trainers comes in and teaches the class, but you also get training from the development team. They'll come in and do some of the topics in the class. The certification program is a continuing program, so it's not just a one and done sort of program. Instead, folks will come in and take the classes, get certified, and then throughout their certification period, which is 2 years, they'll continue to take classes on upgrades and anything new that's coming out for the product. And then at the end of 2 years, they'll come back and do a short recertification, and once they pass that, they continue on to another 2-year journey.
So this isn't a one-shot only deal, and we were, as we were talking about this before recording the episode, I was thinking, well, there's so often updates to products, and this industry, a very changing industry, and new product solutions are rolling out. There's enhancements, there's upgrades. So this is something that's ongoing, no matter what version of energy comes next.
Yep, absolutely.
So you mentioned it's a 2-year certification, and then they go ahead and they can get recertified at the end of this 2 years. And where do these certifications take place? How does somebody get certified, and where are they going for these certification classes?
Yeah, great question. So for the classes themselves, they're coming into the Tampa office. They're spending, you actually start on a Monday afternoon. You start the class, and then as the class goes on, it becomes full days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then Friday morning, they'll come back for written. I say written, it's on the computer, of course. A written and a practical final. Once those are done and the trainer has graded them and checked off that everything's good to go, they'll walk out with a certificate. And to get more information on the dates of the classes and things like that, the best source for everybody to go to is their salesperson.
And what types of certifications are we talking about as we roll this out to customers?
Okay. There's actually 4 per product. So right now we're talking about energy. We just launched energy. Our first class is in October, but we're already developing Prime Suite and looking to launch that in early next year, hopefully January, but don't quote me on that yet.
Scheduled to launch in January. We will let you know, though, if there are any changes to the pending schedule.
Absolutely. So the 4 certifications are split up into pairs. There's a practice management track and an EHR track. So for the practice management track, you would come in and take a week of setup and configuration. Then if you wanted to stop there, you absolutely could. You wouldn't have to come back for the second week, but typically the week right after that is going to be a week of operational use. And then EHR follows the same pattern. So they come in for a week of setup and configuration for EHR, and then a week of operational use for EHR.
And with so many different roles and practices today, who would primarily benefit from this type of training? And I think you hit a little bit on that last question with how the certifications that are available. You talked about the EHR or the practice management. So we talked about a couple of roles, but there's so many different roles now in practices. Who would benefit from some of these certifications?
So the list of roles that would benefit is most people would think it would be the IT staff, who of course need a deeper dive, because part of the purpose of the program is to allow practices to work on any issues that come up in the product prior to calling support. So they're able to document the problem a little more correctly when they actually call support or chat into support. IT staff is definitely one of the roles, but other roles would include office managers. They would definitely benefit from coming in because, of course, you learn a lot about not just the items in setup that you would learn during an implementation, but we take a deep dive into those settings and say, if you make a change here in practice management on this small setting that you may not have noticed before, it can help enhance your processes within the system. It can also possibly solve issues you're having in, say, EHR. So sometimes there's settings that affect both. And so knowing what settings affect both and exactly how they affect each side of the product benefits the practices in their ability to target those specific settings and hopefully work out any kinks they might have in the product. Additionally, system admins at the practice, who are sometimes separate from the IT staff, would benefit from it. And then really anyone that wants a deeper dive into the product and wants to be able to say, hey, I'm certified by Greenway to use this product and carry that certification with them.
Last month we had just concluded our customer event, Engage, and obviously hands-on and training and education, a big part of that user event that we have. This almost sounds like some of the sessions, that were at Engage. Was this discussed at all amongst customers, and is this kind of bringing what some of the folks were able to take advantage of at Engage to a broader audience now and having them come here in Tampa?
Yep, absolutely. It was. It wasn't discussed in sessions at Engage, but everyone that is currently on Energy, when they picked up their bags at registration, had some information in the bag about Greenway Certified. We also had information at the professional services desk at the Knowledge Center. And of course, those of us that are involved in it were very excitedly running around telling people about it. So there was definitely some interest. And as we started to talk to customers about it at Engage, the level of interest and the amount of positive feedback we got was amazing. It's something that I think a lot of customers have been waiting for and didn't know they were waiting for it. And I'm looking forward to rolling out the Prime Suite 1 too, because I think a lot of our Prime Suite customers are going to really jump at the chance to be able to get certified on the product too. In addition to that, it benefits, or the program is benefiting from sessions that engage. So sessions like energy tips and tricks, or some of the deeper technical sessions that we had. A lot of the content for the certification classes is being built off of that information.
And we talked a little bit about this earlier, but with so many changes in the healthcare industry and updates to solutions rolling out, now we talked about coming back, getting recertified, and it's really an ongoing process. Now, will they be alerted as to a time? How does one come back, for updates, or or changes to platforms?
They'll definitely be notified. We'll have obviously an email list of everyone that's attended and that is certified. And then as upgrades come out, we'll send out email announcements about the upgrade classes that are specifically for certified users. In addition, of course, when they recertify, they'll obviously be up to date on whatever the newest version is. With energy, it's one of the questions we get a lot that kind of revolves around what we're talking about is what about Polaris? What happens when the Polaris updates come out and energy completely changes into this new product? And the answer to that is, of course, if you get certified now, you've got all of the background knowledge that you need on energy to be prepared for the Polaris rollout. And then once Polaris rolls out, of course, we'll have additional upgrade classes specifically around Polaris that they'll be able to come to.
Sounds great. So always staying on top of the ever-changing industry of healthcare and healthcare IT. So Brian, I appreciate your time. And once again, that's the Greenway Certified program, a new program available for customers here at Greenway Health to take a deeper dive into the product solutions and become certified on some of the solutions that we offer medical practices. Brian Eckelberger, the manager of implementations and training, talking about Greenway Certified. Thank you again for your time. For more information on Greenway Certified, you can talk to your sales representative. You can also visit the Knowledge Center on our website for our recent blog entry, and we'll have a link to that here in the description of the podcast. Once again, I thank Brian Eckelberger for joining me today as we discuss Greenway Certified. And for more on our product solutions and services at Greenway Health, I invite you to visit our website at www.greenwayhealth.com. And a reminder, you can download and subscribe to our podcast across a variety of platforms and your platform of choice. We continue to expand the reach of the podcast and the platforms that you're able to listen on. And now you can listen on both TuneIn and Spotify, in addition to the Apple iTunes Store, Google Play Music, and through our social media networks. I'm Joe Augustinelli, Social Media Manager at Greenway Health, and thank you for listening to this episode of Putting Possibility into Practice, the podcast from Greenway Health.